Hi everyone, welcome to week 5. Man, oh man, we are really getting to the end. Next week is our last week of instruction, so we're kind of closing in on it, and I know you guys are probably getting tired. You've been working super hard, so I appreciate that, and you can look forward to being finished really soon. This week I want to give you a few words about my background, which I actually have not shared with you previously. Before becoming a teacher, I actually was a journalist. I spent 4 years working on the old Gwinnett Daily News. I don't know if any of you remember that paper. I think it's now being turned into a brewery, I heard. But yeah, I was down in Gwinnett County, straight out of the University of Georgia. And after working as a reporter there, when we moved to North Carolina with my husband's job, I spent another 3 years working at the News and Observer here in Raleigh. But new babies and a growing family convinced me that the late nights and long hours of journalism just really weren't for me. So I went back to school to North Carolina State University in Raleigh to get a master's degree in creative writing, actually. I did publish one novel, but it was through that journey that I found teaching. I was asked to cover one of the professor's classes for several weeks when she was out on a book tour. So that just really sparked my love of teaching, and I loved being able to have conversations with students. After that, we moved to England, again with my husband's job, and lived in England for 4 years. And while I was there, I taught middle grades at an international school. All of this without a license, which you can do when you're teaching in an international school. But I felt really stupid and like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know any of the theory or pedagogy, just was kind of winging it. So that was not a great feeling, but I still loved the teaching. So when we came back to the States in 2006, I did a second master's in English education and taught high school. So I actually did a lateral entry when I first started my program and then just kept it going at the high school. So I loved that, loved teaching high school English, loved my students, but I was encouraged in 2012 by my department head to go back to school again and pursue a PhD so that I could teach other teachers. I really loved professional development. I held some workshops at the school, and most of them having to do with technology integration, which some of you are in my technology class, so you know that that's one of my strong interests. So I really just had a lot of weird, different converging interests. This is my 3rd year as an assistant professor at KSU, but I love to draw on my journalism and technology and writing background in my teaching. And I tell you all of this story now because I want you to think about your own life skills and background, the parts that are completely unrelated to teaching. How can those help you in your writing instruction and help you with your students? Maybe you love to fish or knit or run marathons. Whatever your skills are, you can draw on these and see them as part of your writing instruction. They can act as metaphors. If you're a runner, you can talk about the journey. If you love to knit, you can talk about the slow steps that it takes to think about a complete project. Whatever it is, I know you can find a metaphor in there. But one thing that I just want to really encourage you, and one thing that I know for sure, to quote Oprah, is that you have to resist the strong pull of designing writing assignments that please administrators or stakeholders, rather than writing assignments that address the real world concerns of your kids. Just as you can use your own life skills to write, your kids can use theirs too. And how much more useful is it in the long run for a kid to be able to know how to write a decent email or to journal their feelings rather than write a 5-paragraph essay? It's just not something that will travel with them and go beyond the classroom. So keep the bigger goal in mind. Prepare your kids for the world and not the test. So have a great week.